So about 2 years ago, Netflix decided to dip its toes into the high-reward, low-risk world of Wattpad and gave us the movie we didn't know we never wanted, The Kissing Booth. And now that we're all stuck inside all the time and desperate for any kind of escapism, Netflix over here thought it'd be a great idea to pull a practical joke and give us The Kissing Booth 2, aka the Macaroni Grill gift card of movies. But as is my cross to bear, I figured I should probably check it out. So let's take a walk. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Dashlane. If you're like me, in which case, that's rough, you probably find yourself using the same password over and over again for different things, right? But of course, if one password gets hacked, before you know it, all your personal information's been stolen and someone's using your credit card to buy 150 copies of Ham Taro Ham Heartbreak. Being someone who uses the internet for pretty much everything, it's invaluable to have that extra level of security that Dashlane can give you. Dashlane is a one-stop shop for your digital identity. It manages all your passwords, personal info, financials, whatever you need, making your life safe and more secure. It works across all devices, including Apple products, PCs, Android, Safari, and Chrome. It also has a secure autofill feature that works for personal information, credit cards, that type of thing. It comes with a VPN to stop people from tracking you, and they even check if your personal information is being sold on the dark web. So to try Dashlane for free for life on your first device, go to dashlane.com/Alex Meyers, and you can use my promo code Alex Meyers to get 25% off if you decide to upgrade to the premium version. So the link is down below, and once again, thank you Dashlane for sponsoring this video. Okay, back to the show. We start off pretty much the same as the first movie, with our main character Elle giving us a little montage about what she's been doing since we last saw her way back in the simpler, much more innocent time of 2018.
Let me bring you up to speed. As soon as school ended, the Flynns opened up their beach house. Noah and I spent the whole summer there.
Oh my gosh!
Got an awesome gift. Played board games till 3 in the morning. Said hi to an old friend. Watched a gorgeous sunset. Watched Noah sleep.
Well, yeah, sure, because he's got one of them hot guy sleep faces, you know? Where he just lays there looking like, what if an angel just fell out of the sky? Meanwhile, the rest of us are just over here like... Anyway, so after all this setup, we finally get to the first day of senior year. Right off the bat, we once again meet Elle's best friend, Lee, who is this guy, in case you forgot.
Just don't end up grinding coochies with my brother.
Yep. Then there's Lee's girlfriend, Rachel, from the first movie. And of course, the OMG girls, who I had completely forgotten about until right this moment.
Oh my God, Ellen, how are you?
So many beautiful girls at Harvard.
Long distance is tough. Breakups are brutal. So brutal.
We didn't break up, though.
With different zip codes, breakups are basically automatic.
I want to take a peek at the new snack that just transferred in. Saw him in homeroom. His name's Marco, and he is seriously luscious.
Excuse me? The new kid is luscious? I've always thought it was so funny how like there's this stereotype about the way guys talk about girls in like the locker room or whatever. But as someone who was friend zoned by every girl in my high school, I'll tell you right now, the way girls talk about guys they like is just graphically inappropriate. So I hear you got a new boy toy over there, huh? What's going on with that? Dude, sit down. Let me tell you. He's got this jawline, I swear I could slice roast beef on it. All I think about is how much I just want to dribble hot fudge on his stomach just so I can lick it off and do it again. His butt is like a carnival balloon made out of cake. I just want to take a pin and keep popping it till 4 o'clock in the morning. I want to duct tape him to the wall, put my face in his chest, and just go brrrr. Anyway, so later on, in a shocking turn of events, Elle and Lee once again decide to do a kissing booth for the school fundraiser. And since things went so well last year, everyone else in the school is basically just begging them to do it too at this point. However, there is one small problem.
What we're all actually curious about is who you've selected for the lineup of kisses this time?
Because without Flynn as a headliner to draw in business, the booth may not do so well this year.
That's a good point.
Last year is gonna be hard to top.
Quite true. Thoughts?
Well, actually, the thoughts that we're having...
Right, that's good. That's a good point.
Aw shucks, where else in this Netflix high school could you possibly get another 25-year-old teenager? And so now Elle and Lee need to find some local hunkaroos, you know what I'm saying, to headline this year's kissing booth. That night, Elle's having some kind of like Zoom conference thing with Noah, and they're talking about like how much they miss each other and their future together and all that sappy garbage, you know, that makes their assigned FBI agent just go like, not this again, no, not again.
I miss you, jerk.
I miss you more.
So you big man on campus yet?
You know, not exactly. It's kind of different here.
What do you mean?
Well,
What's wrong?
nothing. No, nothing's wrong. Just, doesn't matter.
So during this conversation, Noah floats the idea that Elle could maybe sort of kind of apply to Harvard or one of many other schools around Boston so they could like hang out together and all that because, you know, Noah's just over here being a little sad anime boy, all right?
If you don't get into Berkeley, maybe you can come to school here with me. I'd like that.
You obviously couldn't see this, but my heart just did a backflip.
Now, of course, this being the kissing booth, Elle is also worried about breaking one of the set-in-stone rules of the Hammurabi's Code of Friendship that she and Lee had written back when they were like 6 or whatever, which is Rule 19, always go to the same school as your bestie. Not to be confused with Rule 29, always go everywhere with your bestie. The next scene of the movie is this amazingly out-of-place, bizarre sequence where Elle is watching a video of that new kid the OMG girls were talking about before, named Marco, and he's all like working out and being all sweaty and stuff. And Elle calls him a snack like at least 45 times. And wouldn't you know, she accidentally turns on the school intercom while she's doing this, so the whole school hears everything. So relatable. And after she somehow survives this embarrassment, guess who goes up to her in the hallway to say hello?
I take it you're the one from the intercom?
Yeah, they're already calling me the Get It girl, but I go by Elle. So is that like your thing? Remind girls of horrible moments in their life?
I didn't mean it like that. To be honest, I could barely hear what you were saying.
That is great news.
I'm a little hungry, so I'm gonna go get myself a snack.
Nah, don't make that face. Don't be proud of yourself for that. How about you just leave the jokes to the professionals, all right? Let me at least have one thing over you. So as you may recall from like 2 minutes ago, Elle and Lee need to find some dudes for the kissing booth. And Lee thinks Marco would be perfect, but Elle doesn't want to ask him for really no particular reason. But then like 3 scenes later, she and Lee are hanging out in the arcade, and they just so happen to run into Marco, of all people.
Look who's here. Ooh, this is perfect. We need a headliner for the booth. Everyone's obsessed with him.
Why?
You promised the hottest kissers, like last year. You get him, everyone else will just fall in line.
Fine.
And so Elle goes up to him and just kind of asks him all casually, you know, like, excuse me, Mr. 29-year-old high school kid, would you be interested in kissing a bunch of 16-year-old girls for charity? Oh, well, golly gee, I suppose I would, but only if you beat me in Dance Dance Revolution first. Huzzah, what a completely normal turn of events. And then that's what happens. But of course, wouldn't you be shocked to learn that Marco was actually some kind of Dance Dance Revolution master or something? Which I'm not quite sure how to feel about this, because I was the DDR king of my high school, and the only thing I got to show for it was the school abstinence award. Anyway, long story short, Elle wins, and now Marco's got to do some kissing.
Oh my gosh, yes! Is this how you spend your Friday nights? Conning people on the DDM machine?
See you at the booth, MVP.
A little while after this, Elle goes to visit Noah in Boston, and we get yet another montage because, like, how else are you gonna pad out this paper-thin story for 2 hours and 12 minutes? Anyway, that night she goes to hang out with some of Noah's Harvard friends for dinner, and this is where we get to meet a certain someone named Chloe.
Hello, gorgeous. It's so good to see you.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. Oh my god. Wait, no, is this Elle?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're gorgeous. It's too bad this one here is so ugly though, isn't it? But he does do as he's told, so I keep him around.
Now, as if Elle wasn't already stressed enough with having college interviews lined up, and now there's this Chloe girl who's all gorgeous and seems to be real buddy-buddy with Noah, okay, you know what I'm saying? And if that wasn't enough, the next day, Elle finds a stray earring under Noah's bed and ends up checking his phone to find all kinds of dirty, illicit texts between him and Chloe?
What's going on?
Gotta get to the airport.
Talk to me, what's up?
If you want to talk to someone, just check your phone.
Elle! Elle!
But then that night, Noah calls her and tells her that there's nothing going on between them and there's nothing to worry about and she's overreacting and, you know, all those typical boyfriend lies. Now, while this is all going on, yet another plot thread we have is that Elle needs to get some money so she can go to a private university up in Boston if she wants to be around Noah, because her dad doesn't quite have enough saved up for her to go to one of these kind of schools. And serendipitously, wouldn't you know, there just so happens to be a Dance Dance Revolution tournament in like 2 months that would solve all her problems, apparently.
Wait, you're not actually thinking we could...
Win the freestyle category? That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Well, actually, we are pretty good at this, aren't we?
Pretty good. We've had the top score for 4 years.
Ooh, we could even make team t-shirts.
Yes! Team t-shirts, why not? Sure.
But because Rachel wants to spend more time with Lee, he pretends to twist his ankle so he can't dance anymore. However, in case you forgot, there is a particular someone who's pretty good at the old DDR and is still somehow desirable to every girl in school. Yeah, okay, Netflix, whatever you say. And thus begins the eye-rollingly nauseating will they won't they part of our film, as Marco and a rather vulnerable Elle start practicing together and spending some alone time.
Put a lot of pressure on yourself.
Yeah, well, how else are you gonna get what you want?
I don't know. I don't like making plans. Just kind of roll with things.
Yeah, but
What do you want to do?
Not sure. You happy?
Yeah, you know, it's just so hard to find happiness being tall, dark, and handsome and all day. Just living life by the tip of my Adam's apple. So they spend the whole day together talking about personal stuff and other stuff, probably. And then the conversation drifts over to Elle and Noah and what's been going on with all that.
I don't need to get into all the details, but there's this girl.
And you think he's involved with her?
I mean, he says he's not.
Do you think you and Noah were meant to be together?
I always thought we were.
I don't know, Flynn, but if I found someone who I loved, I'd never make her feel like that.
Okay, yeah, sure. She's all emotional. You just upchucked some nonsense romantic garbage, so of course now's the perfect time to pull your guitar out of literally nowhere. But yeah, so then Marco does his thing, and Elle has the revolutionary idea that, you know, hot guys who play guitar, maybe they're not so bad after all. And then she just kind of stares at him like this for way too long. So skipping ahead a little bit, one day, Elle is snooping around Chloe's Instagram for like the 500th time, because I mean, yeah, Noah says there's nothing going on, but like, come on, let's be real here. See what I tell you? Boys are suck dumb. Anyway, flashing forward, it's time for the DDR tournament, and long story short, Elle and Marco end up winning. After they perform, Elle just kind of gets swept up in the moment, and of course there's the whole like Chloe, Noah earring thing, and just everything comes together, and Marco and Elle maybe sort of kind of end up being like, and wouldn't you know, turns out Noah flew back for Thanksgiving and he was in the audience the whole time. So, whoops. And so Elle runs after Noah because she realizes what she just did, but it's too late. He runs away and now he doesn't return her calls or her text messages, which apparently she deletes every morning because like, why is every text a brand new conversation in this movie? Now somehow there's still 40 minutes of this movie left, so we're just gonna keep pushing on through. The next day is Thanksgiving dinner at Lee and Noah's house, and here's how everything stands at the moment. Lee is upset with Elle because he found out she applied to Harvard without telling him. Rachel's upset with Elle because she never gets one-on-one time with Lee. Noah is upset with Elle because she kissed Marco, and I'm upset with Elle because there's gonna be a third one of these movies next year. Lord, I am ready, take me in your arms. All the same, since Chloe came with Noah to Thanksgiving dinner, Elle decides it's about time to give him the old 1-2.
I'm thankful for my family, that I just, you know, won some money for school. Oh yeah, oh my God, I am super duper thankful that, that I found Chloe's earring.
Oh my God, where did you find it?
Under Noah's bed.
Well, this is fun. Skipping ahead to the end of the movie, because really nothing important happens anyway, Elle makes up with Lee and Rachel and pretty much just totally dumps Noah, and then it's time for the kissing booth. And here's where we get the emotional climax between Marco and Elle when Marco goes up to kiss her.
Can't deny there's something real between us.
I don't know what it is. Maybe we just got caught up in the moment or something, because
Please don't do that.
I do have feelings for you. But you're not the one.
Are you freaking kidding me? Like, okay, whether or not Noah may or may not have cheated per se, he's still putting her in this like emotional roller coaster that's clearly driving her crazy. Like, real talk, even if the other person is fine, there's nothing wrong with breaking up with a situation that's bad for your mental or emotional health. Relationships aren't just about the person you're with, but also the world that you share together. I mean, Marco comes with zero drama, zero baggage, better looking may I say, and they share at least one major hobby together besides, well, we both kind of like each other, so I guess we're just gonna do this forever. And like, this isn't even really about the movie itself, but just speaking generally, like some people really just can't help but choose misery just because it's familiar. But anyway, so then after throwing his heart in a wood chipper, she has the audacity to kiss him on the cheek? Why don't you just spit in his face, Elle? Now at the very, very end of the movie, we find out that there's really nothing going on between Noah and Chloe, and it was all just like one big misunderstanding.
How did your earring get under my bed in the first place?
Okay. When you were out of town for a football game, I sort of crashed at your place after getting into a fight with Jason, and the earring must have just fallen off then.
Why wouldn't you tell me that?
No, I said don't get pissy. Now that we know what's happened, we can fix this.
And so ultimately, Laura Jean chooses Noah Centineo over John Ambrose. Oh wait, my bad. Elle chooses Noah over Marco for no reason, and they meet up at that gazebo thing from the first movie, you know, and everything gets all romantic.
I thought I was leaving because of Marco. I don't care that you kissed him. Do you love him?
It's you, Noah. It's always been you.
And that's pretty much the end of the movie, except there is this little thing at the end where we find out that Elle has been accepted to both UC Berkeley and Harvard, all because of the extremely mediocre essay she wrote about nothing.
So what do I want to be in 5 years? Well, to be perfectly honest, I haven't the slightest idea.
So, golly gee, what's she gonna do? I guess we'll find out in 2021. So there's a lot of things about this movie that I thought were very strange. First of all, the fact that it exists in the first place seems very unnecessary. The entire movie, the entire main plot of this movie is that Elle and Noah are incapable of having one adult, mature conversation. Elle is concerned about Chloe, and she's too scared to say it directly. She's too scared to be like, hey, so you and this Chloe girl, what's up with that? Like, what's going on there? And Noah is just too dense, or too just, he looks like the kind of guy who's not a whole lot going on upstairs, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the movie, Noah explains that he wanted to have a friendship with Chloe the same way that Elle has a friendship with Lee. But he waits till the end of the movie to say it. This movie could have been over in 5 minutes. I don't know, man. Like, maybe it's because I'm in my 30s, but it's like, I just don't have time for that anymore. Like, I'll tell you right now, whatever age you are, just say how you feel in just like a calm way and just have a conversation, man. You could have avoided 2 hours and 12 minutes of garbage if you just had one conversation, you know what I'm saying? But even besides all of that, the fact that Elle chooses Noah makes no sense. Marco is better in every way. I mean, both of them have no personality whatsoever, but Marco at least has no drama, no baggage, plays the guitar. Noah is just like a literal slab of wood. And so I don't know why Elle goes for either of these guys. And this movie has like 5 different plot threads going through it for no reason. There's like so many things that don't even need to be in the movie whatsoever. Like the fact that there's a whole plot thread of trying to get Marco do the kissing booth, and that's how they find out that he plays DDR. But then at the end of the movie, he doesn't even do the kissing booth. That didn't need to be there. That was like 30 minutes of the movie that could you just cut out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell so you don't miss any videos from me. Follow me on Twitter. Let me know what was your favorite part of the video, or what video I should do next, or just say hi or whatever. I don't know, whatever. It's fine. And above all else, everybody have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.